Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about the Ka-bar TDI Investigator. Before we do that, I just want to give a quick shout out to Knives Plus, from where I ordered and bought this knife. And you can check them out for some deals going on now for the holidays. Shipping was very smooth. Everything came in a very nicely packaged. There was a sticker included. And tracking number, obviously the whole thing, not an issue at all dealing with them, and they answered all my questions. They also have a bunch of interesting products. Aside from their standard knife set, they have a leather strap that is considered to be very popular amongst knife sharpeners. So if you need any kind of knife sharpening needs in addition to your regular knife needs, go ahead and check them out. So this is the package that the Ka-bar came in, and you guys can pause it here to see the specs. So obviously Ka-bar, a famous World War II knife. This knife, however, is made in Taiwan, and you can see it has the TDI logo. TDI is a Tactical Defense Institute, and they were looking for a fixed knife for patrol officers to wear sort of behind their magazines, or kind of concealed in a way that they could access that knife with either hand in the event of a gun grapple. So this is more of a get-off-me type of knife, very intuitive to grip and hold. You pretty much hold it as if you're punching, and you can do strikes, different kinds of movement like that. Greg Ella Fritz of Active Response Training has a bunch of different videos and articles talking about the TDI knife and its utility for the concealed carrier as well as the law enforcement officer. This is the Investigator model, so the grip handle is a little bit shorter, makes for a little bit more comfortable experience carrying it, and it doesn't really poke you in the gut as much. And the sheath is also well improved compared to the original model. You can see that this one also has retention, and you're gonna click it in like this, and you can shake it out. It's not falling out. And if you obviously conceal this properly, no one is going to know that you have it. Obviously, I have to issue a disclaimer. Check your relevant state, federal, local ordinances, laws, etc. Obviously, there is an aspect of legality associated with carrying it. There's also the aspect of using it. It's considered deadly force to use this in any way, just like a gun. Aggravated assault if you present it, etc. So unjustifiably, obviously. So check your local laws. Obviously, get training in how to properly use this and when to use this, etc. We're not responsible, of course. So the sheath itself is a very nice sheath compared to the original. This is the sheath that it came with, and my only issue with it is that there's no way to remove this buckle and orient it in a different way. There are a bunch of aftermarket Kydex makers that make sheaths for this knife. It's a very popular concealed carry fixed blade knife. The only issue is that, like I said, you can't loosen these up because of how smooth this is over here. You're going to have to you're trying to loosen it from both sides, and you can't. So I reached out to Ka-bar, and they were kind enough to send out a plain sheath with the buckle, with the hardware off, and I just used these nuts over here that have this indent. This is like just standard holster hardware. That way you can loosen and remove the buckle and put it somewhere else. I don't know why Ka-bar doesn't do that from the beginning. That would be pretty good to do in the next run of sheaths if possible. That way users can configure the buckle for their preference. I would also like to see possibly holes in here, or some other, or maybe two sets of holes here. I don't know if that's possible, but you could definitely use like a discrete carry clip or any kind of soft loop to be able to carry the belt, to carry it through the belt with the handle upright. In my case, I can carry it like this on a belt. It can be accessed from either hand. That's the goal of this knife, is pretty much to it's a create space type of knife. You can grab it, create space in the event that there's an attacker, an assailant on top of you, or you need to someone is wrestling for control of your firearm, etc. So very nifty little fixed blade knife, very popular, very easy to use, very intuitive in terms of grabbing, in terms of accessing it. Obviously, as a fixed blade, it's also much faster than all the other folders out there. But with everything, training and knowing the law is very important. This is just a product review, obviously. So you guys can definitely check them out at Knives Plus for all your knife needs. And thank you again to you all for joining, subscribing. Appreciate all the new viewers and comments, and hope you guys all have a good holiday season. Thanks. Okay, quick edit. So just wanted to show you guys how I was indeed able to configure a soft belt loop on the sheath itself. That way the sheath can ride at a more vertical angle, and it still much easier accessed with a left hand or with right hand, which will be more of like a cross draw. And I think it's much better and more intuitive than if it was sitting flat. If you can imagine, if there's a belt running this way, you'd have to sort of contort your grip a little bit, and it makes it a little bit less easier on the draw. So you could also put a second belt loop, soft belt loop, but I haven't really found that necessary. It's a very light knife. It's pressing against your body. There's not kind of much like movement or flop going on. You can also Loctite this if you think it's going to get loose. If you're going to be taking any kind of grappling or training class, obviously with a training knife. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that it is doable. Again, I don't know why Ka-bar doesn't let you remove the sheath with the kind of washer or nuts in the back that they use. But if you talk to them, they will send you a new one, and then you can configure it like as such, which I think is a much more, gives this whole knife, breathes a whole kind of new method of carrying this knife in a much more usable and user-friendly way. So yeah, that's it. Just had to throw in that quick edit into the end of the review. And thanks again, guys, for watching and sticking around. See you guys all in the next video.